Hey guys, Buffing Game Bat today, bringing you another video. Today we're going over helicopter intro or basics for Battlefield 6. So I'm going to show you my loadouts for the chopper based on the situation. I'll show you my control setup for the helicopter, which I've mapped pretty much to what I had it in Battlefield 4 Legacy controls. And then I'll show you some gameplay here also. So this will be an intro video. I'll do a lot more helicopter videos going forward and showcasing helicopter gameplay. I'll probably rip some gameplay here, and I have some stuff from stream, so I'll do a combination of a few things here maybe, or we'll just do one game. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet, but let's get into it first. I'll show you the loadouts, and we'll talk through the situations, and then we'll look at the controls, and then I'll move into the gameplay. So vehicles, go over to vehicles. We'll go to our attack helicopter. We have our Apache for NATO, and then Pax Armada. I believe this is the Chinese helicopter. I don't, the Zoo something. I can't remember the name of this one. I could be wrong. It could be a Russian. I'm not sure. I believe it's a Chinese though. But the Apache obviously is a great helicopter. They both handle, it seems like the same. Whereas in previous Battlefields, you had the Apache or the Cobra, like Battlefield 3 and 4. The Cobra handled better than the Hind. This one, from what I can tell, they both handle the same. I don't notice any difference in the handling of the helicopters. So let's go ahead and we will look at the loadouts that I have. So you can also select your different loadouts here and save them, which is good. But I've just kind of been selecting based on the map I'm on, just manually doing it. But the gunner, it looks like the gunner is locked with the autocannon and the air-to-ground missile that you can lock on. So right now there's no options for gunners outside of those two. Now for the helicopter, you can see I'm running primary mainly. The gameplay you'll see is probably mostly going to be the Brooklyn Bridge map. And on that map, I'm running light rockets. So light rockets are really good. You get 12 Hydras, and it's amazing for infantry and really good against light vehicles, but it's primarily great for infantry and just putting large volleys in clusters of infantry and light vehicles like Jeeps and Humvees, things like that. If tanks are damaged enough, it can be very devastating to tanks also if they're hurt enough, because you do have 12 rockets to volley at them. So infantry, mainly I'm running light rockets, especially on Brooklyn Bridge. That's what you want to run. Then you have the aim guided. These are the ones you start with. So rocket designated in combat, infantry, and light vehicles can be guided to the target via weapon crosshairs. So where you shoot them and just follow it, and they're basically tow guided essentially, fly-by-wire, and then capable of locking on the targets that have been designated with a laser designator. So that's also very helpful for ground vehicles and air vehicles also. And then you have heavy rockets. So for these, you have 4 rockets total, and these are unguided rockets capable of firing small volleys. Again, you have 4 total, I believe it is. Higher damage per projectile, effective against most vehicles, including armored targets. So this is really what you want for tanks. When you're on some of the larger maps, you can use this for tanks. If you, depending on how you're going about it, how your team is. If you're really going after armor and vehicles, the heavy rockets are going to help you out a lot. But I'm pretty much sticking with light rockets right now because you have large volleys. I've gotten very effective kills in air-to-air combat with this, and it does what I need to against ground targets, including tanks, because my second that I'm running is going to be the aim guided. So you have the anti-air. This will lock on to anti-air, obviously. You got to get the tone and fire. You get 2 of them. Typically, a target's going to flare, so you don't want to fire off 2 at once. Wait for the lock. Either they're going to flare before you fire and then wait and relock, or fire off 1 and then reacquire the target and fire off the second is how you want to run with those. Now, the aim guided, this is your tow launcher. So the tow launcher, you guide this in. It's fly-by-wire, and you guide this in where your reticle is on the HUD is where it's going to go. So you got to guide it in. So this is amazing against air-to-air if you can hit it. But specifically tanks is what is really good for this. So I believe it, like 2 of these will kill a tank. And then you have your gunner with the air-to-ground lock-on also. So you can be very effective against armored vehicles with the gunner locking on and firing, as well as you guiding the tow launcher. And then again, like I said, follow it up with a volley of the light rockets or whichever one you choose You should be able to take out most ground vehicles, including heavy tanks, in about 1 or 2 passes. Now, for equipment, for whatever reason, it's showing my flares are locked, so I believe that's the only option you have here is only flares. In the future, they may add different things like in previous Battlefields. For equipment 2 spot here, I have the emergency repair. This is really helpful because when you do take critical damage, you can repair it in the air, basically like a fire exhaust system if your engines are on fire, and it will keep you airborne so you don't need to do an emergency landing to heal. So this is actually really, really helpful, especially on some of the maps where you're going to be taking a lot of anti-air fire, or you could just get clipped by an RPG or something that's not going to kill you, but in those cases you would need to land pretty quick to heal. This will keep you airborne and allow you to disengage and allow your health to come back. You also have the target designator system, so this is just basically an advanced radar, air and ground. Will show you everything that's going on with both. So this is really good. However, you can see their attack helicopter is more vulnerable to lock-on weapons while active. So you would activate this and give you a good indication of what's going on. I haven't used it yet. I really don't have a need to use it. Spotting infantry is pretty easy for me, as well as with my main gunner Hyper. So we've been flying together since Bad Company. So I don't really need this, but if you're having trouble finding targets, this could be a good one. However, you're more vulnerable to lock-on, so I prefer the emergency repair. I think that's a good alternative if you're flying aggressively and take damage. It helps you get out of combat and stay airborne. Next up, I'm running improved armor. So improved armor resistant against most infantry weapons. So this is going to be pretty crucial if you're taking a lot of ground fire, even 50 cals, things like that. You also have interference, so this is going to slow down ability to lock on. So if you're on a map where you're getting locked up heavily, the enemy team's running, the AA tank is locking you, you have stingers, this is what you would want to go with. Then you have heavy warheads, which is going to improve lethality of your primary rockets, no matter which one you have. It'll improve the splash damage on everything. So if you're not very accurate, this would be helpful also. And then you have radar system, which enables air-to-ground radar detecting vehicles. So that's also a really good one too. But again, improved armor, I fly pretty aggressively over targets, do multiple passes. So improved armor definitely helps me not take a ton of damage on those heavy passes. So improved armor is what I'm running with there. That's my loadout. So again, this is I think, for me personally, my playstyle, this is perfect. We have light rockets for infantry and to clean up vehicle targets after I hit them with the tow. The tow is also very good against infantry clusters or bringing down buildings, breaking up cover. And then obviously with your gun, you have the 30mm autocannon and the air to ground. So if you have a good gunner that you're coordinating with, this is pretty perfect for that. Anyway, so that's my setup. So let's go ahead and back out. Obviously, also you have camos here. So if you didn't know, right, you have your loadout here, come up here, you have the camo section. Select that. You have your different skins and camos. So you unlock camos as you use vehicles. You have the base, and then you can see the challenge there, battle tank. So this really incentivizes you to use all the vehicles. Skins for the helicopter. You have the base. Desert Fire, which is unavailable. I'm not sure how you would get that. We'll have to see. Maybe a store item. And then we have the Mastery. Looks really, really cool at rank 50 for that. So for my attack chopper, I think I am 22 Mastery. So we're getting there. We're getting pretty close. Now, back to controls. Let's look at our controls. So for controls, go over to my controls. And then over to my helicopters. Oops. Let's get back to helicopters. So this is my control layout. I'm running custom. So basically what I did is I took a screenshot of my Battlefield 4 controls and I had to map them. So you can see there, throttle up down as L2 trigger, or throttle down as L2, up is R2, helicopter zoom is R1, fire is L1, and then you have your coma rows pinging up on the D-pad, and then your active equipment slots are left and right. That would be flares and whatever else. And then free look is hold down, and I have my free look up, down, left, right mapped to my R stick. So I would hold down on the D-pad and use my right analog stick to look around as I'm flying if I need to see to my side, up, down, etc. to spot enemy aircraft or any targets on the pass. Switch weapon is going to be triangle. Circle, I don't have anything mapped to that. I think I'll probably map that to exit vehicle because right now the reload is mapped with hold for reload and reload. So I'm just avoiding reloading because I've bailed out of the chopper by accident. That's not working how I intended. So you should change that. Exit the vehicle would be circle instead and keep reload as square. And then change seat, obviously, is X there. So those are my controls. I'll just go in and show you the mapping, how you want to do that. So you come into helicopter. I have custom right now. And then helicopter pilot control mapping. Go in here and you're just going to remap everything. So I'll scroll that you guys can see if you want to copy this. Reload, exit, vehicle. Is exit vehicle's hold, reload is tap. That doesn't seem to be working. So I need to test it again. And like I said, I might change the exit to circle. And then scroll down here. Let's see. Comoros ping is up. My throttles up, down are the L2 and R2 triggers. My yaw left, right is left analog. My pitch up, down is right analog. Roll right, roll left is also right analog. Helicopter ascend, descend. This doesn't work because of my mapping settings. You don't want this to work. So the way I have it mapped is custom. This negates this. And then free look, obviously, holding down on the D-pad and mapped all these to R, left, right, up, down. And then you have your fire, zoom, switch weapon, and your equipment slots are how they are also. So that's the mapping for this. Now, again, the gameplay you're going to see here most likely will just be Brooklyn Bridge. This map right now, there's some maps where the helicopters are bugged on certain teams. So Brooklyn Bridge right now, you're unopposed in the air. So if you're on the right team, as you'll see in the gameplay, you are the only air asset up right now, which makes it a kill farm, especially on B roof, as you'll see in the gameplay. So the way I like to fly, as you guys will tell, mainly here, most likely you'll be seeing via gameplay with my gunner Hyper. Again, we've been flying together since Bad Company 1, and every Battlefield since. So the way, he knows how I fly. So as a gunner, he's used to you'll see some of my crazy rolls that I do when I turn around to make another pass on targets. So he's very used to that. He knows how to stay on target. That may be more difficult for other people. But the way I basically make my passes, as you'll see, is I'll fly over, we'll hit the target, I'll come past it, and then I'll do a weird, left, right roll, essentially, to spin myself around quickly and line up for another pass. So when I do that, usually I pitch my nose up, and then that allows me just to descend, and then I'll ascend, and it allows me to get my speed up a little bit more on the turns. So it's a kind of an erratic turn that I mostly do in some of these close passes where I need to make a really quick second pass. But it's very effective. The only downside there is it will open you up to a good RPG person. I have been hit with 1 RPG so far, and 2 toes from the ground, which was pretty impressive. So if that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen anyways. But yeah, I think that's the only downside of the way I fly. And I also get low over targets. But you'll see a lot of gameplay here with these light rockets just destroying infantry on this map. Hyper and I believe in the gameplay I'll probably show. I think we had around 80 kills combined, maybe more. I can't remember. But I've had a couple solo runs just going 30 plus, 40 plus in the helicopter on this map also. Again, if you have a good team to help out with anti-air, that also helps you stay air dominant. So air superiority is pretty crucial. But you'll see here the gameplay is really fun. These light rockets are amazing for infantry. We had some good ones on stream day 1 also, and yesterday on the YouTube stream. So the Twitch stream from Friday, the launch day on the 10th, and then yesterday, Sunday the 12th, we had some really good helicopter gameplay on this map specifically, and some of the other ones. But this gameplay that I'm probably going to be showing you here is off stream. You will hear some chatter regarding football and stuff from the Discord folks, so Hopefully you guys like some football. You'll stay up to some college football news as the gameplay is rolling there also. Good group of guys. But again, the way you want to fly in this game, it's the same I fly in every other Battlefield. This mapping makes it exactly the same for me as it was in Battlefield 3 and 4. I think these are the best controls for the helicopter personally, just based on my aggressive flying style. And then it's also just very natural to pitch up and down with the triggers and all of that. Makes it a lot easier to line up targets, do quick turns, passes, etc. So let me know your thoughts down below. Also, be aware on your HUD here. You'll see when I'm in the first person most of the time. On your HUD, you'll have your altitude on the left side of your screen. Of the left side of the HUD, it'll tell you what your altitude is, so you can monitor that. You also have your compass on the top of the HUD. And then on the bottom left of the HUD, you have your speed indicator. You have your flares ready or not ready. It'll show you flares RDY for ready, and then if you use them, it will show whatever it's showing as it's coming back up. They take around 20-ish to 30 seconds to come back up. So when you use them, you want to bail out, get on cover, or just get away from lock-ons because you will not be able to flare again for another 20 to 30 seconds until that flare indicator comes back up. And then right now I'm running, obviously, emergency repair. So that's going to show as ready there also on the bottom left of the screen. And then the very bottom of the HUD, you have there's like that square box there. So that square box is going to show you where you're looking relative to your gunner. So keep an eye on that. You know, if you're making passes or your gunner is calling out targets, you can easily just look and see where he's shooting at, what direction he's looking on that bottom square and rectangle, because that's going to show again where the nose of the helicopter is, where you're looking, and where the gunner position is looking also. So that's very, very helpful. Some key things here. Again, monitoring your airspeed, altitude, and where the gunner's looking. Also keep an eye on it when your flares are ready versus not ready is pretty key here, if you're depending on your fly style. But that's stuff you want to definitely be looking at. And again, I would recommend changing helicopter controls to what I have here, because the base helicopter controls in the beta were awful. Terrible, and then the base controls you get when you start the game here, also terrible. So I had to remap them. This took me from being very scared to what the helicopter flying would be like in this game to just at home, just the same as it's been Battlefield 3 and 4 for me. So easily jump in the helicopter, just like riding a bike, piece of cake. So definitely copy those. Let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. Again, right now I'm playing on PC, but I do have, obviously, I'm playing on the PlayStation controller. I just have that plugged in. So if you're looking for other control settings, I'll do another video basically just plugging it, but I'll plug it here now. Tactical Brit did a controller guide video day 1 of launch. Watch that and copy it. It took my infantry gameplay to a completely different level. So it felt weird to me at first, aiming, all that stuff. Tactical Brit did a great job. I copied his settings, and it was amazing. So if you're looking for infantry, other vehicles, watch Tactical Brit's video. For helicopters, this is what I'm using. And I have it, again, I custom mapped it to how it was in 3 and 4. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what kind of chopper gameplay you guys want to see. Any tips, tricks. I would like to really do more helicopter series. Right now, there's no playground or training ground like there was in Battlefield 4. So you can't really practice. So that's a bit of an issue. So copy this and try and maybe, I would recommend some of the maps that have transport helicopters like the Blackhawk. Play around in the Blackhawk, because the controls are going to be the same. Obviously, you can't fire primaries or anything. But if you can fly the Blackhawk well and aggressively, you'll be able to fly the attack chopper just the same way. So they handle the same. Obviously, Blackhawk's slower, but if you can fly the Blackhawk, you'll be fine in this. Let me know your thoughts down below. What kind of gameplay you want to see? I'd like to do, like I said, a helicopter tutorial series. If we do get a training ground, I can get more in-depth and show you guys in real time. But definitely check out the streams when I do, because I'll obviously give tips and tricks there. You guys can watch it in real time. Let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming with helicopter controls and gameplay. Probably one of the better helicopter pilots in Battlefield. I've always thought that, and when I have Hyper on my gun, we're relatively unmatched. Obviously, some of the maps that you have jets, helicopters, AA and Stingers, so you're gonna go down. Some of the bigger maps don't have any cover. Like a map like Siege of Shanghai from Battlefield 4 allowed you to fly between buildings and do all this stuff to avoid lock-ons and all that. Some of these bigger maps don't allow that, so you can't be super aggressive unless you know the area is taken down and you have support, which we've been able to do pretty successfully. But some of those other maps, I'll do different videos on how to play on those maps also. But Brooklyn Bridge, this is my favorite map right now for the helicopter. It's a lot of fun. And again, some of the maps, the helicopters are bugged. They're aware of that, and they're working on it, because some maps you won't get a helicopter to spawn. So let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buffering Gaming. Out.
That'll be in line.
I don't know where that's coming from, Hyper.
It's from their base.
Okay.
I think D is cleared.
D?
No.
Yeah, I'm getting D right now.
You can be alright.
Yeah, we might be able to get a pass on Delta here, Hyper.
Yo, I ain't heard that hard R in a minute, no.
Damn it! There's 3 of them now.
Bro, I know. I was thinking the same thing earlier, bro.
I can't, yeah, I can. There's a tank on A.
Copy. I'll turn him around and get it wide. He's right on the flag?
Yeah, he was going towards it, but I don't know where he is. It's a Bradley.
No eyes. Going from A to B, I got guys.
Oh, he's looking at C on that arch.
I see.
On that street.
Got guys on Delta too. Bring us around outside. There he is, the arch. Hit. Got him. I think he's dead.
He went up onto the building, bro.
We're getting lased. There he is, he's still there.
Got him.
He's dead. Nice, good shit.
That's a Bradley on C, like on their side.
Copy.
Bruce, you downloaded it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure something out.
Let me get my flares back here.
Oh my fucking
We're
Christ,
good.
dude.
That arch, I think, is where it's coming from, Hyper. Oh, there's a Bradley. I see the Bradley. 12 o'clock. Good hits. I got one. We're losing Echo, too.
You're exiting the combat zone. Turn back now.
Oh, there he is.
They are lasing us like crazy.
They're on B and shit now.
Bravo.
Just peek from our spawn here. Let me just lock up that Bradley, bro. I can see him from B.
There he is on the road. Hit.
Got him.
Beautiful. Bravo's target rich. Target rich on Bravo. Good kills. I'm gonna bring you up for a Bravo run here. Let me get my flares. Alright, we're good.
So much on that roof, dude.
They're still up there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them up there.
Okay. I got my flares back. Here we go. We got friendlies up there now. Tank. Tank low. He's painted. He's painted. He's on the other side. Back side of the building here, Hyper.
Yep. Gonna get him. Oh, he's bailed. He bailed.
Nice. We're losing Echo. I don't see him on Echo. They're in the building, I think.
The cap zone is pretty small. I don't know. They gotta be somewhere here. Oh, I think
There he is.
Alright.
Got two.
Nice.
On the roof there. Yep, you saw him. Bravo roof. Vehicle on Echo. He's dead.
No, still good.
Nice. Watch Echo. We're losing Echo, Hyper.
I think that's where that vehicle was. Dude, how are they getting in that building, man?
Don't fucking die. Thank you. Jesus Christ. They're in this one on the left. Let me bring you around.
Come on, Auburn. Get in there. Baby.
Right there. Got him. I got two. I got two.
I think that's it for that building.
I think so too.
Touchdown.
They gotta have a spawn beacon in that shit, dude. War tapes. War tapes Val is what I use.
Same.
Yeah, you gotta make sure to set it on the headphones too.
Oh, look at all those guys.
I went 56 and 7 though.
23 and 3.
56 and 7. Y'all was playing against bots, bro.